be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you want to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn, turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we come round
I think conflict transformation is wonderful in theory. I have not seen it work. I have been involved in at least 2 instances of conflict in our meeting. They were really, they weren't handled in any way that even looks like a conflict transformation or a conflict resolution. There were many hurt people. People who had been friends don't even speak anymore.
My heart is breaking and my spirit is exhausted trying to work through the conflict. I've been involved in trying many, many things and always seeking ways to find more to address that conflict.
I think the reason I'm here is because I'm frightened of conflict. It always makes me feel ill, and that's fear. And I'd like today to resolve that. Somehow for that to be lifted off my spirit. Because it's hard for me to imagine it being resolved or even resolved, let alone transformed, when I'm fearful.
We're called conflict transformation, the Committee on Conflict Transformation. A lot of people use the term conflict resolution. And so these are the 2 questions that are before us as an effort to help distinguish between the 2. Does someone want to read the first one for us?
How do we get this guy to go away so that we can go back to the way we were?
That sound familiar? And the second question, would someone else read that one?
How can we change the way we operate so that things like this don't happen so often or hurt us so much?
And the image that's come to me about this is about, with resolution, the meeting's a little train going along its little track, and there's a bumpy part in the track, there's a conflict, and the train gets shunted off to the side, and the conflict gets resolved. People are somehow come to an agreement, and the train gets back on its track, and it turns out that that track is a circle, is a loop, right? And you keep coming back to bumpy points and getting shunted off and so on. And with transformation, the train is going along on its track and the bumpy point comes and the train goes through the bumpy point and finds itself off in an unexpected place. A place that maybe it couldn't see before and moving forward through new land.
But we haven't found a way to transform our conflicts into a stronger community. So we avoid it.
And I don't feel we're a united corporate body. It weakens at least it weakens my attempt to go deeper. I lack the confidence, or I feel I lack the support.
So if avoiding conflict separates us from God, from our experience of the divine, what could embracing conflict do?
I'm suggesting to you that anything in life that matters, such as what we're talking about now, is not a ding, it's fixed process. It's I can fix this now, I can't fix this now. It's like being alive. There isn't a key to making sure that it always comes out okay. I urge on you that conflict transformation is conflict transformation. There are things that happen to our meetings that are not susceptible to analysis by conflict transformation. And it would be a great disservice to us all if we left here saying, right, you know, the next bad thing that happens, the next time it hits the fan, I'm going to pull out my notes from that conflict transformation workshop and everything's going to be okay, because it isn't. All right? A serial sexual offender is frustrated because he's not being able to do first day school. Somebody who has been writing sermons is frustrated because she's not able to give the sermon during worship as she thinks is appropriate. Recognize the fact that there are some things for which this is not applicable. The correct answer is no. Somebody wants to bring the dog in. The dog barks a lot. No. No. Okay, all right? And unless we're ready to do that, then we really do have a problem.
I came to find out how to do the conflict transformation, and it seems like we are approaching it, and you're saying, now wait, it's not going to work some of the time.
That's right.
Get used to it. It's not going to work some of the time. And that pisses me off, because I actually want it to work.